Yep, I'm blonde. Yeah, there's that. So anyways, hi, if you haven't met me, I'm Goose. And I'm actually posting this video because I had a newer audio company reach out and send me this bad boy. Oh, the glare is like so bad. There we go. So this is a personal monitor system. If you're not interested in this, no worries. Hopefully we can still be friends. If you're a musician or performer of any sort, I really think this product could be useful to you. And in this video, I'm simply going to unbox it, review it, give my honest opinion on it, and you can make a decision from there. So this thing is basically a stereo personal monitor system. It comes from this company called Phenyx Pro. This on Amazon currently is $219.99 for one receiver and one transmitter, which is probably the most common. Otherwise, you can get 3 receivers and 1 transmitter for $354.99. Let's actually open it up and see what this looks like. Voila! Oh yeah! This is awesome. So if you don't end up putting it in a rack, the fact that you can just grab it like little suitcase style. I love when stuff comes with a nice case and makes it easy to bring places. Got these 2 open tabs. Whoa, yeah. All right, here's what you see when you unbox it. Got a ton of adapters, cables, screws, the manual. Whoa, it smells super new. Got the body pack, the rack mounting metal, power supply for the unit, and the actual unit. This is awesome. I also found a screenshot on the Amazon link for this of everything that's included, and I think it's just really well put out, so I'm gonna put that on the screen. As I open this, I should mention, I found in the last page of the manual that it is under warranty for 1 year from the date of original purchase. So that's awesome. Never hurts to actually read the manual, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna actually unwrap this stuff. Got a massive antenna. It's got 90-degree turn. Got the rack mounting brackets, and all the screws for this are in here. Power supply, the transmitter, the receiver. The antenna's a little squiggly right out of the gate. And I'm just gonna throw the batteries in right away. So you just pinch on the side here. Okay, let's see how to boot this up. Okay, that was straightforward. Press and hold it to turn it on or to turn it off. Pretty simple. Okay, plugging the power supply in. See how this works in the receiver. Boom. And then to turn it on, you hit the power button. They are both at the same frequency right out of the gate, so that's nice. I'm a fan of that. There's a headphone jack here and with a separate volume for that, and then there's volume for the incoming signal. Almost forgot, also comes with earbuds, and they even come with multiple different rubber ends for different size ears. So as I'm unboxing this and kind of figuring it out for myself, I found reading the manual is honestly the most useful thing you can do. It's super short. It's only 12 pages, including the warranty, and there's diagrams, and it's really helpful on just figuring out the operation of this. But it really wasn't that hard to figure out. It was pretty intuitive. I'm just gonna give a quick walkthrough, so you technically wouldn't even need to go through this. So the first thing I did to get the transmitter up and working was obviously plug in the power, and then it turns on. Took the antenna, and it's one of those where you gotta find where it lines up with the little tab, and then twist it to the right. Then it's all set up. Then from there, just put batteries in the receiver and held the top power button. After that, they actually came already synced. And when they're synced, there's this green light on the receiver. But let's say it's a super fuzzy signal, or you're just in a super busy place and there's tons of frequencies around and it's like getting in the way of this. To change the channel on the transmitter, you hit set. And then as you hit set, it just toggles through this bottom menu of group, channel, mode, lock, and exit. So I'd go to channel and then hit up, and it's changing the channel, and now it's on 5. And then to sync this new channel to the receiver, you keep hitting set all the way to the end and exit, and that light goes on. You hold the receiver up to it, and voila, it's on the new channel. That I think is one of the most unique things about this device, is how easy that is to sync them, because it just kind of sucks having to like scroll through the frequencies of each one and make sure they're matching. The other features on this device on the transmitter are group, which you simply just hit set, and then you hit the up or down buttons to set what group. And then there's mode, which you can toggle between stereo and mono. So for this case, I'll have it on stereo. And in that case, I would run a left into one port and a right into the other port, and they are labeled. And the careful thing with that is if the transmitter's on stereo mode, the receiver has got to be on stereo mode as well. But I'll get there. The last option to change is called lock. So since I have lock on right now, like if I hit these other buttons, it's not gonna mess with it. Once you have everything set how you want it, I would turn lock on so no accidents happen. There is a pad switch on the back here, which I think is cool. You can take out 12 dB if you want. That's it for this thing. As for the receiver, if you just turn it on or hit the power button and then start hitting left or right, it's gonna go balance, which is obviously panning left and right. A convenient little note here, right on the back of the receiver, it says what frequencies this receiver can receive as well. So how to change settings on the pack is you hold set and then you get your different modes. So E9 is one of them, and it's basically just on or off for this. So it's currently off. This is an EQ mode. I'm going to keep it off, and it basically enhances the music. In the manual, it technically says it adjusts the tone/pitch of the music sound. I'm guessing based off my experience of other in-ear systems that it enhances like the high end, maybe adds some low end, but most likely adds some high end and some brightness so it's easier to tell what's going on. If you hit set again, the next mode is L1, which is simply a limiter. I think that's nice to have that option, but I don't like to use limiters because they seem to kind of compress the whole sound. The next mode is FO, which in this case means focus. If focus is on, it's in mono mode. This is where the transmitter and the receiver need to be on the same page. If the receiver's in mono or focus mode, the transmitter also needs to be. So I'm just keeping them both on stereo for now. So to clarify, if I want the receiver on stereo mode, I'll have FO off. And then the last mode on this thing is called LO, and that just means lock. So just like the transmitter, you can just turn that on. That will make it so if you're hitting buttons by accident, it's not gonna be tweaking your settings. It's gonna lock it as is. As for operating the system, that's basically it. The rest is just up to volume knobs, making sure you're setting appropriate gains. So now I wanna actually take this bad boy for a test run and see how it actually works. So for this test, I'm going to play some music from my phone into the transmitter, which I simply am plugging left and right. I'm gonna sync it up. I'm actually gonna use the earbuds that come with this, and I'm gonna leave it on channel 1, the channel that everything came out of the box synced to, and see how far I can go. I'm gonna walk as far as I can that way, and once I close the doors, there's going to be 2 different walls I'll be receiving the signal through, and I'm gonna count my feet to see how far this thing can last before there's a dropout. So Phenyx Pro on their Amazon link for this says the range is about 160 feet. So I'm going to be in a little more of a difficult situation because there's a lot of activity and Wi-Fi and frequencies in the building I'm in. And I'm going to be going through 2 different walls. So I would actually be impressed and pleased if this can make it 160 feet with those characteristics being in play. But let's see what happens. Let's do this. See how far we can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, through 1, through 2, through 3, through 4, through 5, through 6, through 7. Okay, so I was actually pretty impressed. My first dropout happened at 37 of my strides, and of course that's way longer than feet. I'm not gonna get super technical in measuring, but it's just as a ballpark knowing the kind of the distance and what you can expect. So it was right when I went through the second wall. I was going through 2 walls and 37 of my strides, and I'd say each stride of mine is about 3 or 4 feet. Between 111 and 148 feet with 2 walls in the way, had 1 little blip of a dropout. That probably would have still been fine to perform, but the more ideal of a space you can be in, the better. If it's an open room or just have the transmitter as close to you as possible. If you can have it on stage, that's super ideal, or have it by front of house, you should be more than fine. And this product is literally created for this. So I'm very confident with this after that test, and I'm definitely gonna be using this live, so I'm pumped about it. Overall, I would say the main cons of this thing are, I suppose it took a little longer to figure out, but I do love that the manual is only 12 pages. I guess besides the time that it took to get to know it, and that it's not like only $5, which is just unrealistic. I guess I also think the E9 thing for EQ, like that wasn't very intuitive. I had to kind of figure that out in the manual. I wish they just put EQ instead of E9. As for pros, one of my favorite things about this thing is the beautiful case it comes in, that when I'm done here, I can literally Just snap this up and I'm good to go. I also love that they were really thoughtful in making sure you're taken care of, from even including earbuds and batteries for the receiver. That I think is going above and beyond, and even the rack screws for rack mounting. Like, they really provided everything that you might need. I think the range is really impressive. I really love the frequency sync thing, where simply holding the receiver up to the transmitter, the IR light, that was really creative and really convenient. Overall, really impressed by this thing. I think it's a great option for those of you that need a stereo or mono in-ear system. I'll of course have the link to this around this video somewhere. I hope this was helpful to you if you're considering buying something like this, or if you're already about to buy it and just wanted to see someone actually using it and what it's like, what it comes with, and so on. I'm especially excited to use this for live. I think that's where this thing shines and what it's for. So hit up that link, check them out. Phenyx Pro, well done. Goose out.